everyone, I'm Anya, and we are going to move and breathe today through a short sequence that will strengthen and stretch and open and really focus on low belly strength and also some shoulder opening. So thanks for joining me. We're going to get started in child's pose. Bring your knees nice and wide, forehead to the mat. Maybe on a block if it doesn't touch all the way. And take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Maybe gently move your forehead from side to side. And then start to press your palms down. Walk your shoulder blades down your back just a bit. Sink a little bit more weight into your heels and lift through your low belly. Breathing here. Good, one more deep breath in. And breathe out. And with your inhale, rise up to hands and knees. And start by stacking your joints, wrists under elbows, under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers really wide. And to start, we want to feel what's happening in the shoulder girdle area. So we're going to lengthen through the back of the neck, keep our gaze forward and slightly down. And then we're going to really pay attention to this area. So I'm going to start by just kind of like dropping down in. And then with my exhale, I'm going to press and round like I'm doming the upper shoulder girdle area, and I'm extending these muscles on the side, the serratus anterior, I'm extending them out. Good, so again, I'm gonna drop in like a hand is gently pressing between my shoulder blades. With my exhale, I'm gonna press that hand away. Good, two more like that, just dropping the chest, really subtle movement here. Exhale, press that hand away and dome. Good, one more. Inhale, just gently drop the chest. Exhale, press and dome. Good, and now we'll make the movements a little bigger. Inhale, really drop the belly for cow pose, open through the collarbones. Exhale, press and round the spine. Find a cat back, tuck your chin. Good, inhale, open through chest, through collarbones. Exhale, press and round the spine. Drop belly button to spine. Good, this time inhale, open and press. Exhale, come to tops of feet, round into your cat back even more, starting to get into the belly. Good, drop the knees, inhale, open. Exhale, press through tops of feet and round. Awesome, one more like that, inhale. Exhale, press through tops of feet and round and hold here. Yeah, can you bring your knees super close to the floor, but draw in, dome across the shoulders. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale, roll over your toes. Find downward facing dog. Yeah, and for down dog, you can bend your knees a lot. Hands about shoulder width distance apart, feet about hips width distance. Maybe bend your knees so that you can send your chest back more toward your thighs. Drop your head. Set your gaze on something between your feet. You can kind of move around, pedal out the feet just a bit. But keep that length in the low back. So again, bending your knees as much as you need to, and down dog is totally good. Yeah, and from here, we're gonna take our block the long way, the wide way, and we're gonna place it between our thighs. We're gonna squeeze around the block. Good, and then from here, we're gonna roll out to high push-up, keeping the block, squeezing the block, gaze forward, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, send the hips back. Again, vertebra by vertebra, roll out, head is the last thing to come forward to high plank. Exhale, press, downward facing dog. Awesome, one more, vertebra by vertebra, roll it out. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, take tiny little steps, squeezing the block all the way to the top of the mat. Yeah, so good. And then from here, release the block for a little bit at least. Find ragdoll pose. So feet can come nice and wide. Grab opposite elbows, bend your knees as much as you need to. You can shift your weight from side to side. Can move front to back, coming into the balls of the feet more than the heels. And you can bend your knees so much that your chest is literally resting on your thighs. And from here, we'll get a little bit more into the shoulders. So let's find a shoulder rinse. Interlace palms at the low back. Take a deep breath in, find a little bit of length. And with your exhale, bow and fold. Never squeezing the shoulders. Can even bring palms together and find a little bit more space between the shoulder blades here. Really let your head go. So good. Take a deep breath in, find a little length. Exhale to release your bind, hands down. Replace the block between your thighs, squeeze in. Good. With your inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Draw the chest wall forward. Exhale, bow and fold, let it go. Good again. Inhale, squeeze the block, lengthen forward. Exhale, bow and fold. This time, inhale, squeeze the block. From here with a flat spine, rise all the way up to stand. Keep squeezing the block. Move your hair out of your face. Good. From here, Urdhva Hastasana, reach your arms high, squeeze the block in, shoulders back and down. Exhale, cactus your arms. Yeah, inhale, rise and reach arms high. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, chest forward. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, rise and reach all the way up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow low. Inhale, halfway lift, heart long. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Really feel your feet. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, cactus your arms, shoulder blades back and down. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're gonna go to low push-up. We're gonna try to keep the block. So you can either take little steps back or you can jump back to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back and down. Exhale, keep the block, yes. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. One more, inhale. Exhale. Look forward, feet to hands, maybe little tiny hops, or you can float. So good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, rise and reach high. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach arms back up. Exhale, keep squeezing the block, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, maybe little baby steps, all the way to high push-up. Keep the block with control. Exhale, lower chaturanga halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a deep breath in. Let all the air out. Look forward, step, or maybe float to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And you choose step or float back. Yeah. Inhale, your back bend, up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Breathe it out. Look forward to your hands, tiny steps, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Remove the block. Feet together, big toes to touch, bend your knees, drop your hips. And we're gonna find chair pose. So arms reach high. And you can either sit up a little bit higher, really working to lengthen your tailbone toward the floor. Maybe your arms reach overhead. Or perhaps you start working thighs parallel, draw your belly in, maybe lift all 10 toes up. Really, really nice. And then from here, interlace hands at the low back, find a rinse. Keep breathing. Sink your hips even lower. Start to sweep arms forward, press palms away from you, lift all 10 toes for 3. For 2, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Really good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high to low push up. This time all the way down to your belly. Good, inhale, find cobra pose. Light on the hands, back of the neck is long. Feet are rooted, toes pressed down. Exhale, forward down to the floor. Good again, inhale, cobra, lift through heart space. Exhale, lower down. One more, inhale here. Exhale to lower. Split your knees, find child's pose again, send it back. Drop your head, maybe move your hips a bit from side to side. Maybe tent your fingertips. Yeah, breathe here. Good, next inhale, rise back up, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, feet together. With your inhale, lift your right leg up high, bend the knee, stack the hip, and open. So really point that right knee high, keep pressing even through shoulders, both palms pressing down. With your inhale, reach right leg high. With your exhale, step right foot forward. We'll find a low lunge. So start with your left knee on the floor and start to walk your hands up. Hands can come to thigh or hands to hip points. Squeezing in towards center line. Still imagine that block were between your thighs. Yeah, really nice. Keep drawing in. And then from here, maybe you start to take a little bit of a twist. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Yeah, and then from here you choose to stay or draw your palms together to press and choose to leave that back knee down, or maybe you try to lift. Yeah, you try to lift it up. Bring the weight forward. Keep drawing in through belly, maybe look up. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, open to warrior 2. Yeah, so heel to arch alignment with your feet. Arms reach wide, gaze steady over the front hand. Sink into your hips. Good, breathe here. Sink even more. Drop the tailbone down. With your inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, take a deep breath and look up. And with your exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back to high push-up and pause. Inhale, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly again. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your shoulders. Exhale, this time, curl through tops of feet. Use all of your strength, press, 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 high push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Good, feet together. Inhale, lift your left leg up high, bend the knee, point the toe and stack. Yeah. And notice how you want to drop into that right shoulder. Can you press it up? Keep pressing and lifting through the armpit. Good, with your next inhale, straighten through left leg. Exhale with control, step it forward. Drop your right knee down. Start to rise up. Feel the weight shift forward a bit. Square through the hips, draw into that center line. Yeah, and from here you choose, maybe the arms start to reach high. Can you soften the shoulder blades down? Maybe it's again a cactus arms. Lift through the chest. But we're really focused on the front of the right hip here. So good. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, take a twist to the right. Right elbow outside of the knee. The hips stay where they are. And you choose to stay here. Maybe you start to bring palms together to press. Draw in around the belly. Gaze can turn over the left shoulder. And then choose to stay or tuck the back toes, lift the foot. Really strengthen and firm through the right thigh. Keep pressing and spinning with the chest. Really nice. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale with control, warrior two, spin up and around. Heel to arch with the feet. Get into your hips. Reach your arms wide. Shoulder blades draw together down your back. Can you feel both feet pressing? Can you feel your tailbone dropping between your two thigh bones, between your femurs? Good. With your inhale, flip the front palm and reverse, soften through left shoulder. Exhale, with control, step back, high push-up and pause. This time, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga, hold. Inhale, upward facing dog, press through tops of feet, knees off floor, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog, so good. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Good. Inhale, raise your right leg up high. Exhale, right foot steps forward. This time, high crescent lunge. With your inhale, reach your arms high. And then find eagle arms. So the left arm will come under. And from here, think about lifting up through elbows, drawing shoulders back and down, arms a little bit away from your face. And if that's too much for the shoulders, find genie arms or a big prayer. Good, and then from here, we're gonna find eagle pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step forward, eagle, left leg over. Doesn't matter if the foot hooks, but still focus on the shoulder opening across the scapulae, which I believe is the plural of scapula. Good, draw your belly button toward your spine. If you step out, doesn't matter, just step back in. Take a deep breath in here, and then start to find airplane pose. You can keep the bind to start. Yeah, chest is long and forward. Drop the left hip down more than you think. Flex through the back foot. And then from here, either choose hands to hips. Little bend in the right knee goes a long way with balance. Or maybe find a shoulder opener. Yeah, bring your palms together at the low back. Really nice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, standing splits. Lift the left leg high. Yeah, and for some more mula bandha strengthening, maybe you start to lift up onto the tippy toes of the right foot. So good for 3, 2, and step it down. Release. Release left knee back down to the floor. And this time, toe heel the right foot out really wide. Maybe bring your left palm a bit forward, perhaps on the block. And we'll take a bit of a hip opener and opening through the hip flexors on the left leg. So we're gonna gently press into right thigh, gaze over right shoulder. If we feel it enough here, we stay, or if we want a little bit more for the front of the right quads, we can reach back, catch the foot, but keep dropping the left hip down and opening across the shoulder. Breathing. Good, take one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Shift your weight back, toe heel your foot in a bit. Take half splits, just half splits. Think about drawing the right hip crease back. Flex right toes toward your face. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, bow to your degree. Chin toward shin. Yeah, just half splits. Even if you can do full, really focus on what's happening in the back of the right hamstrings when you're a little bit more lifted, when you can control the shape a bit more. Deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Good, rebend into right knee, shift forward and step back. High push up to low push up. Good, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your head, feel your feet. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Feet together with your inhale, left leg, reach it high. Exhale, with control, step it forward. Find your feet, high crescent lunge. Back heel stays lifted. Some space between your feet laterally can go a long way. Reach arms high. Really engage that back thigh. Even if there's a little bend in the knee, use that to help you propel forward. So good. Take a deep breath in and then find eagle arms. Right arm under this time. Breathing. Imagine you're still squeezing the block between your thighs. Lift through the elbows, soften through the shoulders. Good, take a deep breath in, arms a little bit more away from your face. Exhale, eagle pose, shift forward, right leg over. Sink your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. And think about stacking shoulders over top of hips. Yeah, draw belly button to spine. Are you breathing? Take a deep breath in. Very slowly transition airplane pose. Yeah, chest is long and forward, a little bit of up dog in your chest. Choose to stay here or bring hands to hips. And again, if you step out, it's fine, you just step back in. Maybe hands to the low back. Again, find another shoulder rinse. This really helps me to square my hips. So good, take a deep breath in here. Find standing splits. Hands to block, perhaps, or to floor. Right leg reaches high up. Can play with bending the knee a little bit. Yeah, and then from here, again, working on mula bandha strengthening, maybe you lift to the top of the left big toe. Yeah, ball the foot plants down for 3, 2, deep breath in, and step it back. Low lunge, drop the right knee down. And this time we'll toe heel left foot out a bit, come to the knife edge of that foot. Right hand to block or floor a little bit in front of you. And then take your twist open. Left hand gently to the left thigh. Gaze over the left shoulder. If you want to feel it a little bit more in the front of the right quads, the right hip flexors, catch the foot. But never forcing anything. If that feels like too much, just back off. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale to release, toe heel left foot in a bit. Flex your toes toward your face, half splits. Focus on drawing left hip crease back. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, fold in. Yeah, and just notice. Notice if you have expectations about where you should be in this pose. Just try to feel what you feel right here. Finding a little bit of edge, but maybe not your fullest expression of the pose. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften something. Good, inhale, shift forward, rebend into left knee. Exhale, step back, high to low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. One more deep breath. And with your exhale, drop down to your knees. Start to set up puppy pose. So with puppy, we're gonna stack hips over tops of knees. And we're gonna walk our hands forward and kind of soften into the shoulder girdle, the upper shoulders. Yeah, and your chin can be on the floor. Maybe it's your forehead. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your hands to block. Soften in even a little bit here. Your hands elevated. Breathe into low belly space. Good. With your next inhale, start to rise up. And from here, we'll practice either dolphin pose or Pincha Mayurasana, which is kind of what we've been building up toward. So for dolphin, we're gonna measure out our elbows, give ourselves a good foundation, setting the distance. And then once we've measured, we're gonna place elbows on the earth, keeping that distance, and either interlace hands and tuck one pinky under. This is gonna be option one. Rolling the skin out once I've planted the forearms down. Option two, I'm gonna measure, plant the forearms and plant the palms down, also rolling the skin out a bit to account for that additional movement that's gonna happen when I lift up. So for dolphin, let's say I'm here with fingers interlaced. I'm gonna tuck toes under, I'm gonna press, like that same rounding that we did at the very beginning. Press into that shoulder girdle area. I'm gonna draw belly button to spine. I'm gonna lift my hips up. I'm gonna bend my knees a lot, especially if I have hamstrings that are still pretty tight, so that I can start to walk my hips so that they stack toward my shoulders. And I'm gonna try to bring my gaze forward a bit, and I'm pushing the floor actively away. Yeah. Breathing. If you are ready to practice Pincha Mayurasana, you can stay with dolphin, can come back, or you can try maybe now measure out your forearms, plant your palms down, roll the skin out, really ground through the thumb and the first finger, and maybe you take some little hops. Little hops. Maybe you get a little bit of air time. Maybe you hold the pose. Once you've played a bit, find child's pose. If puppy pose again would feel good, shift forward, extend your arms, or just bring your forehead down, press hands back. Soften in. We open the mouth, breathe in and out a few times. Good, we'll try that one more time. So you choose dolphin or pincha. Set your hands, measure your elbows, roll the skin out, ground through the inner wrist, and then start to play. Still imagine that you're squeezing the block. Once you've taken your shape, child's pose. Maybe tent your fingertips or walk your arms back. Good. With your next inhale, we're going to shift forward to swan pose. Bend your knees, arms straight, lift your chest. Exhale, child's pose. Again, inhale, shift it forward to swan. Exhale, send it back, child's. One more, inhale to swan. Exhale, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Root through hands and feet, really drop your head, bend your knees again if you need to, chest toward your thighs. Take a deep breath in, look forward, bend your knees and jump or float through to your seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you, setting up forward fold. So kind of move anything out of the way so that your sits bones can ground. Flex your toes toward your face. If you're bendy, one option is to grab a block, place it on the outside of the feet, and fold into that space. If your hamstrings are a bit tighter, you can bend the knees, grab onto the two big toes. And from here, we'll inhale, draw shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, start to come forward and out, maybe keeping the bend in the knees. Chest, heart toward the toes. Finding your forward fold that's active, long in the low back, lifting up and out of the low back. Good breathing. And take a deep breath in, halfway lift. And exhale, release, rise all the way up. From here, we'll take butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Walk your heels in towards your sits bones. Open feet like pages of a book. Elbows into your inner thighs. With a deep breath in, shift the chest forward. And exhale, come forward and out as if your chest could reach the floor first. And if it can, and you're that bendy and flexible, can you lift up just a bit so that there's still a little bit of work involved? Breathing here. Into the outer hips, inner thighs. And take a deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, release, rise all the way up. Stand your left leg long in front of you. Bend your right knee up toward the ceiling. And we'll take a twist. Left elbow to the outside of right thigh. Right hand behind you. Flex your left toes toward your face. Gaze over your right shoulder. Sit up and out. Yeah, so get really tall and long with the spine. Twist coming from the mid-back. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, back to center. We'll switch sides. Right leg long, left knee up. Start to set up, right elbow outside of the knee, kind of draw it in a bit. Flex your right toes toward your face, left hand behind you. And if it's kind of really far behind you and you're leaning back, see if you can draw it, again, closer in so you can sit up and out. Breathing here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release back to center. Bend both knees up toward the ceiling. Lower down, really slow and controlled. Actually, grab the block. We'll do it with the block. Take a deep breath in, lift the heart space. Exhale, lower for 5, 4, 3. Try to keep your feet down. 2, 1.5, 1. All the way down to your back. Good, keep the block, squeeze in around the block, walk your feet in a bit, maybe so you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Press through your feet, including the ball of the foot, and find bridge pose. Lift your hips high, squeeze around the block here. Breathing. Try to breathe into the side body, into your back. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Good, next inhale, press, rise back up. One more deep breath. Exhale, lower. We'll pick up the pace just a little bit. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Good, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Good, this time to hold, final back bend. If you want to take full wheel Urdhva Dhanurasana, you're more than welcome, with or without the block. Bridge pose feels really nice right now. So I'm going to stay right here. Breathing for 5. Yeah, narrow in for 4. For 3. For 2, deep breath in. And exhale, release, move the block. And find a counter pose, maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. I really like a variation of happy baby, hands gently to the knees, softening low back to the earth, moving side to side. And from here, we'll take a figure 4 shape on our back, one more hip opener. So cross your right ankle somewhere above the left knee, and kind of gently, the right knee will move away from you. You can bring hands interlaced to the back of the left thigh. If you have a little bit more space, you can bring them to the front of the left shin. Gentle movement side to side, breathing into the outer right hip. Also have the option to extend the leg, kind of move around a bit. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch sides. Left ankle above right knee. The side might be really different. It might be more closed feeling or it might feel more open, so adjust. Maybe you're here. Maybe you realize you have more space you want to move into and catch across the shin. Wherever you are, you're breathing. Perhaps it's lifting the leg high. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And we'll find happy baby pose now. Catch onto the inner, the outer edges of your feet, maybe your two big toes. And gently rock from side to side. Kind of tilt your tailbone down. Yeah, like you're sending it behind you to get that low back nice and connected with the floor. And from here, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. One hand on your belly, the other on your heart. Take a deep, full breath in. And a long breath out. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more full breath. And empty. And feel your breath return to its natural rhythm. If you have a few minutes to stay, I encourage you to do that. Extend your arms and your legs long. Soften into the spaces that you can. One minute of rest. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Little movements come back into your body. And as you're ready, roll to one side, cradle your head and your arm. Pause here for a moment. And then as you're ready, press your way back up to a seat. Find a tall spine. Draw your palms together to heart center. Fingertips gently press. And from here, I invite you to set an intention to leave this practice with. Whether it's one of open-mindedness or strength or confidence, take that with you.